Hello, I'd like to talk about the business environment of Uzbekistan. Uzbekistan is primarily Islamic. However, while under Soviet control, the religion was officially prescribed with many mosques throughout the Central Asia area were closed. The severity of oppression and religious persecution compared to other countries in the region was quite severe. Um, they were more oppressed, generally speaking, than a lot of the other religions in the area. With the demise of the Soviet Union, the primary religion has moved to Islam, as almost 88% of Uzbeks are Sunni Muslim. The primary language found in Uzbekistan is Uzbek, a Turkic language belonging to the Altai family, is native language of 74% of the population. However, having a strong influence from Russia, Russian is the second most common used language in the area. The It is spoken by about 14% as a primary language and close to 50% as a secondary language. While in most Uzbek settings, um, Uzbek would be the primary language to be used. However, in business settings, especially when dealing with government officials, Russian is still a predominant language. When dealing with the local population, one should take care as to not offend the following general Islamic codes of conduct, including traditional forms of greeting. Traditional form of greeting is typically Assalamu alaikum, followed by a response and with a handshake. Generally, after the initial greeting of the handshake, it is common to inquire to one's health. They are very much a personable population and believe in developing a strong bond. They also are very giving people, generally speaking, and there is a big potential of exchanging of a gift. If you do receive a gift, it is customary to give some kind of symbolic gift in return, which, caught off guard, could catch you in a bad situation. There are several major gaps that one should try to avoid in any social setting. One should never expose the soles of one's feet to anyone, as is taken an insult to the individual. To most, this symbolizes the lowest part of the body and is similar to saying that they are not held in high regards. It is also understood the sole of one's feet is the dirtiest part of the body. Islam is a religion that promotes cleanliness. The same holds true with which hand you extend to shake. Whenever you initiate a handshake or to even give a gift of any sort, you should use your right hand as much as possible. Again, the left hand is viewed as unclean. Nonverbal cues must be recognized and kept in consideration, as Uzbekistan is a high-context culture in regard to communication. They often speak more with what they don't say and how they say it than what they do with the words they use. When dealing in a professional environment, one should always address the highest-ranking person in the room unless indicated otherwise. The culture follows a stringent hierarchy in organizations. The boss is followed not necessarily due to high levels of knowledge, experience, or other qualifying characteristics, but because of position alone. They are the boss and they should be followed. When dealing with others, it is expected to maintain an arm's distance with the opposite sex. Male-to-male interaction often includes close quarters, but should maintain distance until a relationship develops. As the more you get to know the individual, the closer the proximities can be. In the initial setting, it should always maintain a handshake distance away. When dealing with time issues, no one is as punctual as Americans. To us, 7 o'clock is 7 o'clock, not 7:01, 7:02. It is common for Uzbekistanis to arrive up to 30 minutes late for all occasions. This is a big difference between Americans and Uzbekistanis. To help avoid any ecological fallacy, one should be reminded that while a significant portion of the population is Islamic and speak Uzbek, when dealing with government officials, it is quite common to speak Russian and to be dealing with someone who practices Russian Orthodox as a religion. Not all Uzbekistanis are Islamic or speak Uzbek.